We're hearing now that the launch control team is going to take advantage of that 5-minute window and actually slip out to 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 6:45 p.m. Central Time. So we're going to have a little bit of extra time before tonight's launch, about 5 minutes. So we are now 6 minutes and 13 seconds until tonight's now 6:45 and 46 seconds p.m. Central Time launch.
Flight Control, I got your call that we have A.K.A ECS transferred to TN2. Is that correct?
That's firm.
And Ops 2, you go for step 423. Deactivate BRG.
BRG deactivated.
Copy that. And NASA TV report range status. And NASA TD LC countdown 1.
Go ahead.
Yeah, report range status.
Range is green.
Copy, range is green. Okay, launch team, just be advised, we've retargeted our T0 to the end of the window at 234536. We've completed all steps through step 424, the final countdown. Ops 1, step 425, we go to transfer avionics to internal power.
In work. All internal power on, all external power off. Step complete.
Copy, Ops 1, check 425, elect 1, you go for 426.
LC elect 1, internal power nominal.
Copy, check 426 complete. Ops 1, step 427, go to open FTS umbi loop and verify green indication.
FTS umbi loop open and green.
And FTS verify SCLU status.
LC, SCLU, and FTS receiver indications are nominal.
Copy, FTS, check 428. Ops 1, activate arm enable.
Arm enabled.
And Ops 1, send all arms command.
All arms sent. Complete.
Check 429, check 430. Elect 1, you go for 431.
Still counting down towards today's launch, now set for 6:45 p.m. Central Time. Things looking good now with that new time, taking advantage of the 5-minute launch window that Cygnus and Antares has. That gives the team here on the ground a little time to troubleshoot a minor issue they saw with the engine, but again, that seems to have resolved, and we look like we are heading down now 3 minutes and 44 seconds away from tonight's launch.
And SIGI verify SIGI nav mode nominal.
LC, SIGI nav mode nominal.
Copy that. Check 43 and 434. Phase 3 dynamic limits will be active at T-minus 3 minutes.
Three minutes now to launch and counting. We are back now in that terminal countdown phase, heading towards a launch again. 6:45 and 46 seconds tonight.
Controls and transfer to CSOE.
BTSO is open.
ODM bus voltages and currents nominal.
Copy all elect 1 and core 1. I copy your transmission. Check 441 complete. EHS1, I'll wait for your call on 442.
EHS charging is nominal.
Copy, EHS1, check 442 complete. And we'll be at T-minus 2 minutes on my mark. Mark.
Just 2 minutes to go now. It'll take the Cygnus about 9 minutes and 4 seconds to reach orbit and separate from Antares before it can then begin making its way to the International Space Station and scheduled to deliver 5,100 pounds of cargo to the station on Sunday.
T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds on my mark.
Core 1, preliminary oxygen tank pressurization started.
Copy, Core 1, check 446. T-minus 1 minute on my mark. Mark.
Just 1 minute to go in tonight's countdown. Everything looking good and proceeding smoothly for a 6:45 p.m. Central Time launch.
Copy, Core 1, check 448. And T-minus 30 seconds on my mark. Mark.
30 seconds now.
T-minus 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, Cygnus lifting off on top of its Antares rocket on its mission to deliver supplies and science to the International Space Station.
DHS and TBC are nominal.
The first stage is now burning and will burn for 3 minutes and 20 seconds of flight before it cuts off at just about 3.5 minutes into the flight. That provides the initial thrust to get Cygnus going on its journey to orbit.
Altitude is passing 10,000 feet. Engines are throttling to 55% power.
Now more than 10,000 feet above the Earth, and everything proceeding smoothly.
And core pressures remain nominal. Vehicle engines are back up to full power. Nominal chamber pressure on the main engine. Power remains nominal. Altitude passing 30,000 feet. Engines remain nominal, as do core pressures.
Crowd watching the launch at Wallops there, cheering its liftoff. We're now 1 minute and 30 seconds into flight. Another minute and a half or 2 minutes to go until the first main engine cutoff, coming at 3 minutes and 28 seconds. But everything proceeding as expected in today's flight.
Core pressure, main engine systems, and TBC remain nominal. So nominal, we're about 90 seconds from MECO at this point. Attitude remains nominal. Just passing 100,000 feet in altitude. Stage 1 systems continue to perform very well. Vehicle attitude is nominal. Engines and core pressure remain nominal at this point. Avionics systems continue to look good. Healthy power systems.
2.5 minutes into flight, less than or just over a minute left to go before that main engine cuts off.
Altitude just passing 200,000 feet. Attitude remains nominal. We started our slow throttle transition. Attitude and core pressures remain nominal. Roughly 30 seconds to main engine cutoff. Velocity is 10,000 feet per second. Engines have throttled back to 55% power. Altitude 300,000 feet. TBC skew for MECO is initiated. Attitude remains nominal. Engines remain nominal. And we have main engine cutoff. PSS disable and stage 1 separation. storm is
here and there that everything is continuing as planned. The main engine's cut off right on time, and the first stage separated from the rest of the Antares rocket. Coming up next at the 4-minute and 9-second mark, we'll have fairing separation. The fairing protects Cygnus through the early part of launch as it's flying through the denser part of the Earth's atmosphere. That again will be at 4 minutes and 9 seconds.
Stage 1 Delta Phi was nominal. At this point, we're in, and we have fairing separation.
And there you see an animation of the fairing separating, and here that that happened just as planned. After that, the
PVC batteries initiated, and stage 2 ignition.
There it is. Stage 2 ignites, and that will be burning for 2 minutes and 40 seconds to continue Antares and Cygnus's climb into orbit.
The Castor 30XL will burn for about 2.5 minutes. Castor 30XL PVC performance is nominal. Attitude remains good. Vehicle power systems remain nominal. Attitude's nominal. Not seeing much consumption from the attitude control system.
Now 5 minutes into today's flight, everything continuing to go smoothly. You can see it's continuing to climb into orbit and take Cygnus and its 5,100 pounds of cargo on its way to the space station.
Attitude remains nominal. Power systems remain good. Altitude is 190 kilometers. We're about 90 seconds from stage 2 burnout.
Minute and a half left for stage 2 to continue firing. Then it will burn out once Cygnus and Antares reach orbit.
Just continuing stage 2 burn here. Vehicle attitude looks nominal. All vehicle systems appear very healthy. Vehicle attitude is nominal. Power looks good.
Just 1 minute left for stage 2 to continue burning.
Attitude remains nominal. Altitude is 210 kilometers. Attitude remains nominal. Power is nominal. Should be coming up on motor tail-off right now. We see the start of the motor tail-off at this point. Attitude remains nominal. Altitude is 220 kilometers. Motor pressure continues to tail off as we head towards burnout. And we have stage 2 burnout. Antares is in orbit.
Antares and Cygnus safely in orbit now, and stage 2 having finished its part of the climb into space. Got a couple more minutes now before the next milestone, which is when the Cygnus cargo craft will separate from Antares and let the rocket fall away. That'll be taking place at 9 minutes and 4 seconds into launch, so just a little over a minute and a half left for that.
Power systems still look good. Vehicle attitude is nominal. Vehicle power systems and attitude remain nominal at this point. Again, we're just awaiting payload separation shortly here. Attitude and power remain.
8 minutes now into today's launch, and again, as you're hearing, everything continuing to look good. We're waiting for the separation of the Cygnus cargo craft, which will take place at the 9 minute and 4 seconds mark.
Of nitrogen from the second stage attitude control system.
Cygnus is carrying with it 5,100 pounds of cargo, including more than 1,000 pounds of scientific equipment and samples that will be used in the many science experiments that go on board the International Space Station at any given time.
Attitude and power are nominal. Waiting payload separation shortly here. All systems still look good. Attitude is nominal. And we have Cygnus spacecraft separation.
And you see an animation of the Antares pulling away from the Cygnus cargo craft, which will continue on its own to make a several-day journey to the International Space Station, scheduled to arrive on Sunday.
Like we've got good injection of Cygnus into the intended orbit. With that, we're going to sign off from the RCC and wish Cygnus a smooth journey to the International Space Station.
And NASA TD LC, countdown 1.
Go ahead, El.
And once again, Cygnus is now safely on orbit, and liftoff took place at 6:45 p.m. Central Time, the tail end of their 5-minute window, and now at 6:55 p.m. Central, the vehicle is safely in space. Now, Amanda, everything seemed to go well on the climb up, but I'm guessing there's still a lot of work to do. What happens now?
Well, as someone that used to be a part of the launch vehicle team, you celebrate. Oh, wait, Cygnus still has a lot to do. So Cygnus will actually, in about